Hi, I'm Paul, and welcome to a countdown to Christmas with a difference. Over 23 days, I'm going to be reviewing both small and micro caps to see if there's any that may be of interest to you. And over the course of that, I'm going to be delving deep into them and see if there's any red flags. And we're also going to be looking at potential gains. And so hopefully these kind of videos will really help you guys decide if there's any that you want to add as your small but riskier plays to your portfolio. So that's the aim. And then on Christmas Eve, I'm going to be picking my favourite ones. So that's going to be the plan. So today it's Banana Gun. This currently sits at 16.29, and what I did like straight off the bat was it's only got a total supply of 10 million coins. More on that shortly though. This one does have some interesting news though, which I managed to find, which I'll come to in a second. But first of all, what is it? It's a Telegram bot that allows you to snipe upcoming launches or safely, it claims, buy tokens that are already live. We aim to be your go-to sniper, manual buyer on the Ethereum network, and probably more chains along the way. So I had a look at this, and I'm not going to bore you with this, but all this stuff, it's not normally my kind of bag. I'm not the target audience for this, but this went a bit over my head. But that's not to say it wouldn't make sense to those who are into this kind of things. What was also interesting, its big thing is about safety. So it goes on to say how this does this here in a multitude of different ways, which makes it interesting because a competitor had to refund 610 ETH after it was exploited. So therefore, if Banana Gun is safer, then that may be a big plus to it. Further news on their own Twitter channel. Here we are. So the firm I've just mentioned here, the one that was exploited, Banana Gun are actually saying Banana Gun have managed in 3 months to get up to Mestra's daily volume, which is an insane feat. So obviously they've not been around very long at all. I think it was launched September. So things do appear to be going well for them. And it says, furthermore, it managed to attract a wider use base, should I say, which currently 4K daily users and 500 to 800 new users every single day. Now, this is the bit I want to pick up on. So, furthermore, I'm often thinking about normie onboarding aspect. People believe Banana Gun is too complex, which is, as I said, which was my first view, only for die-hard degens. If this is true, I ask you, why does Banana manage to onboard 500 new users on the daily? Why do I see so many users asking the Banana chat they want to start using the bot? And what happens when Banana Academy goes live? New roadmap of Banana Gun. So, all very valid questions, and then you come down here a little bit and you can see the difference in the graphs and so forth. So, they may have a very valid point on that front. Now, what else is... Here we are. So, what is the advantage of using Banana Gun to other Telegram-based bots? And by the way, this is their equivalent of their white paper. The short answer, convenience and speed. But let me give you more details to why you're better using Banana Gun than any other based bot. And then they run through the the different ones here. But it's mainly focused on kind of safety, reiterating the point from earlier. Now, what else they're going to be doing is they're looking to create bonuses for Banana users. There's kind of fees involved as well, as you kind of expect. But they're also they're creating a ecosystem basically. So this is their goal. Our goal is to create the perfect Banana Gun ecosystem for the long term, and for that we need our tokenomics to be the fuel. We carefully crafted a system where bot users become token holders and token holders become bot users, creating a sustainable flywheel. So we have shown past months that we've created a real yield machine that grows every day and that is able to make consistent revenue growth even without a token. Therefore, a token should add value to the ecosystem instead of being a short-term thing. and it just gives an idea on that there. So they're trying to also create revenue in that way, and that quickly. This is how they plan on doing it, and just gives you an idea. 40% revenue share from bot volume and 50% revenue share from trading volume. All good stuff on the face of it. However, something that I did find out on their launch was an epic fail. They had, well, I'll read the title. Banana Gun's failed contract passed 2 audits, but ChatGPT found the bug in seconds. So basically, this newly launched token plummeted more than 99% within 3 hours of its launch after the bug was discovered in its contract. Does that mean, obviously, it's a bad project? Of course, it doesn't. It could, I guess, it could have happened to any coin that was launching, any project that was launching. But yeah, it is quite embarrassing. Let's be right with it. So, and it just goes to highlight the kind of risk with this kind of thing. Now, I also did research, speaking about risk, that I was looking for partners basically who were backing these, and they've made the decision to be funded by the community. And I think they were at 1.3 million, which isn't a lot of money, really, in the grand scheme of things for this kind of project, in my view. Although I'm no launching project expert, of course. So that is a concern to me. But on the flip side, it shows that they're ambitious and they believe in what they can do with it. This also does show it that they at least are thinking of sustainability. Let's go through them quickly. Buyback through our 1% treasury tax. Then you've got the adjusted multiplier. 8 to earn leads to higher bot volume, creating a flywheel. New features that will burn, i.e. banana. Removing it entirely from circulation. And a high amount of revenue share on tokens so investors will hold. And then this is all encaptured by this. So we've talked about the launch. They've got some, they've got a decent amount of subscribers and so forth. What I did look into was holders as usual. So they're at 7,566. Also had a look at their tokenomics. What did stand out here was holders, and it says conditions none. So it's not the same as when we were looking at Pith, where it's contractual. So yes, on one hand it's only 22%, but equally it's not contractual, which I would prefer. So it's not maybe a red flag, but more of an amber one for me personally. And then you can see all the kind of split there. However, not just settling for it on there, I went to have a look on cryptorank.io to see when these are going to be opening, because the 10 million coins does sound great, doesn't it? However, these things are not going to be all unlocked until January 2032, so it's just something to be mindful of. My kind of conclusion on this project is it's not for me. I get micro caps are going to be high risk across the board typically, but it's just not my bag. I think it is risky. It's a bit too risky, and I'm also not sure on the gains, which I'll come into it in a second. I think there's probably better plays out there, but I think its success will largely depend on how well it can get new users into its ecosystem, and how well it's embraced by them and wanting to use it. It could be a huge success, but I just think the jury's out on this one. It's just too early to tell. So that's my view on this one, guys. And just in terms of price, as we'll end on it, I had a look here just to see what it would take to be 100x. $70. I mean, 4.1 billion. Is it possible? Given the standard Cardano example of 80 billion, then yes, you could say it is possible. But I'm just not. I think they're completely different animals. I'm not sure this is going to get the hype. It could go one way or the other. I really don't know. I think a lot of it will depend on its success and how rapidly it grows and what they do with that ecosystem. So that concludes today's. Also, I am aware that today is not the second day of Christmas as this one. I meant to say that at the start. Technical issues prevented that, so we'll get the third coming out later today. So if you'd like to see that and many more, please don't hesitate to subscribe. Okay, I'll see you soon. Cheers.